Happy Sunday everyone. I believe we are entering into a new level of glory. In this edition of the Voice of Pentecost, we are going to talk about faith and risk. How many of you would like to lead a live without risk? Do business without risk? Marriage without risk? Or for you, young people, to date someone without having your heart broken? What is risk? Risk is a bad consequence. That is not what we desire. It seems impossible to lead life without risk. The world that we live in today is a world tarnished by sin. Genesis 8 verse 22 says that while the earth remains, there will always be sowing and reaping, cold and heat, dry and rain, day and night. As long as the earth remains, risk will always be present. How do we handle this? By having faith. Sometimes, like any businessman who invested, life carries tons of risk, like these following factors. First is the time factor. We can calculate, but cannot determine exactly when our investment will yield good results. So is with life. We can never determine the exact timing, but we believe that God is always on time. Second is the character factor. To whom we entrust and invest our money will determine the level of risk we have to bear. If we invest our life in God, we know that He is a person who is dependable and loves us so much. Third is the unknown factor. No matter how thoroughly we manage every risk in our investment, there will always be an unknown factor. Many things are still unknown to us, but God knows. That is why it is important to have faith. Just like any investment portfolio carries a risk factor, so is life, filled with risk and danger, but having faith and investing it to God becomes important at this point. Because of faith, we will experience these three things. By faith we secure the promises of God. By faith we obtain God's pleasure. By faith we extend God's kingdom on earth. Like Hebrews 11 verse 6 says, but without faith, it is impossible to please God. For he who comes to God must believe that God exists, and He is a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. Risk will always be present in life. In this world marred by sin, as Pentecostals, we are not to be paralyzed by this. Instead, we have to use our faith to manage every risk we face in life. In this difficult time, it is important for us to strengthen our faith in God. He is the one who has the most credibility. As a reward of managing all the risk inherent in life by having faith, we receive a profit, that is the promises and the pleasure of God. As Pentecostals, we should not hesitate to invest and entrust our entire life to Jesus Christ. God bless you all.